SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. We have so much cool stuff to share with you today, including the story of a real-life Batman who goes out and fights crime in an actual Batmobile. We'll show you a Knight Rider tribute vehicle, and we'll have highlights from this year's Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show. But first, we take you to New York City to Cadillac House, where Cadillac has just unveiled the all-new XT4. A vehicle that they hope will capture the hearts, minds, imaginations, and dollars of a whole new SUV generation. Cadillac is taking aim at the SUV market with an all-new approach, beginning with the XT4, a compact SUV tailored for the next generation of luxury customers. The XT4 was unveiled at Cadillac House in New York. It's an important new vehicle for Cadillac because the compact SUV segment is the fastest growing luxury segment.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I trust that you can sense just from the vibe in this room this evening that there truly is a vibrant energy taking root at Cadillac. So it's my honor and my privilege to introduce you to the new Cadillac XT4.
T-minus 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a
We gathered the youngest team of designers and engineers ever assembled at General Motors, and their overriding brief was, go design a crossover that you would like to buy.
The XT4 makes use of simple, clean, sculpted lines that create a feeling of power with a sense of aggressiveness. Inside, the cabin appears to be refined with excellent fit and finish. There is exceptional rear seat room and plenty of cargo space. Under the hood, Cadillac is using a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which makes use of General Motors' active fuel management technology, which turns off cylinders when not needed. The engine is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission with GM's next generation electronic precision shift.
When you see this vehicle driving down the road, you'll notice it's incredibly wide, it's low. It's got big 20-inch wheels pushed to the corners on a long wheelbase with short rear overhang and short front overhang. The car looks amazing.
Cadillac is showcasing its new global wide trim strategy on the XT4, which provides a premium level of features and upgrades. Look for this on future Cadillac models. Additional XT4 highlights include Cadillac user experience with all-new rotary controller, smart chassis features including available twin clutch, decoupling all-wheel drive, and available active sport suspension featuring continuous damping control and new electro-hydraulic braking assist.
At events like this, we always talk about clean sheet, all new, ground-up designs. And I can tell you that that is exactly what the XT4 is.
Cadillac turned to a new generation of young designers to create the XT4, hoping their perspective will help them capture the attention of today's new generation of SUV buyers. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News, New York. We take you now to the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show for an interview with Aggie Pinter, who owns a Knight Rider tribute vehicle. Now, if you remember the Knight Rider TV series from the 80s, you're going to love this. Hey friends, Rick Walker here at the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show, and I'm with Aggie Pinter, and we are with KITT. This is a car with a mind and a personality all its own.
Oh yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I can prove it to you.
Get out, or I will take the appropriate measures.
I mean, that is
Hear a little music.
that is music to my ears because I loved this show. We're just rocking out with KITT. What does KITT stand for?
The Night Industries 2000.
Right. And how did you come to, I guess, this is really a tribute vehicle, right? And
Yes.
you had this built?
I had it built. I bought the original car in 2009. It was white and all rusty. And in 3 years, it got built into KITT, what you see now.
And it's so cool. I mean, it is spot on. It looks just like the real deal. Was there research done before the restoration and modification and recreation of KITT?
Basically, there are two styles in the show. One and second season, which has the two screen like what I picked here. And then the third and the fourth season has one bigger screen. And I just visualized what KITT meant to me since I was a little child. And this is how I imagine, and that's how I looked for the parts, and I bought them, and they got built into KITT slowly but surely.
So all these parts, I mean, some of them look like they're sort of off the shelf, common things that maybe you could get in an electronic supply place, an electronic surplus place, or a hardware store. But some of the things are also kind of specialized, right?
Yeah, the electronics come from the US. There's a company that actually makes them. And the fiberglass parts, like the dashboard, the steering wheel, and the front nose, were hand built in a fiberglass shop just north of Toronto. So it's all custom, and I think it's beautifully put together, and I'm enjoying driving this car every day in summer. So.
And this is a 1982 Pontiac 83
Yes.
Trans Am. Is that the exact year that was used in the show?
Yes, they were using cars from 82 to 86, and most of them were 82, but the 83 is still the correct style. I just had to change a few things. Like the seats were different and the rims were different, but other than that, it's pretty much the same car as what they used.
Yeah, and David Hasselhoff, of course, was the human star of the show. He kind of played a hood ornament on the program. Have you ever met him or talked to him?
Yes, I met him a few times, and I was lucky because in 2015 I did a Comic Con with him, and he was taking pictures with the car for 3 days, and he loved it. So he signed the dashboard, as you can see. So that was amazing. I will never forget those few days. It was great.
So he was in this car, he autographed it, and in my books, that makes this thing as authentic as one of the real deals because this thing is essentially endorsed by David Hasselhoff, star of the Knight Rider show.
Exactly, and I'm just so lucky that my dream came true. It was my childhood dream in Europe. Then I moved to Canada and I got it built, and it's great.
Yeah, and so what do you do with the vehicle now? Do you take it to events, or do you like maybe even rent it out or something?
I take it to events, weddings, birthday parties, Comic Cons, auto show, and I'm really happy to be at your show here. So it's really great atmosphere. The people are nice, and we are having a great time. I met some new people, and we became friends, and it's great.
And I guess really the most important thing is that you love the show, and this is an opportunity for you to meet other people who share your passion for Knight Rider.
Exactly. Like, I built a car not to store it in the garage and just look at it and be happy about it. I like to bring it out and let people enjoy it. They can sit in the car if they want. They can take pictures with it. I'm fine with that, and I just love the smiles on their face because I can see how their childhood memories are coming back alive, just like mine did when I first saw these cars around here. So yeah, it was great.
Well, thank you very much for sharing the vehicle with us. A real privilege, and man, I love this thing. I do have one last question though. How do you drive with a steering wheel like this? Is it difficult?
It's not difficult. It took me about 5 minutes to get used to it because it's just like 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, just regular steering wheel. And when I turn, I just use one palm, and it's easy. So it's
Well, we
great.
can't drive it here because we're inside the Shaw Center in downtown Ottawa, and the crowd is still pouring in here. We'll be here all weekend. So people can see it. But I'll tell you, when I run into you at a car show out on the street sometime, you have to take me for a ride.
Awesome. You can drive it.
Awesome. Even better. I'm looking forward to that.
The car can drive you somewhere because it drives itself.
Don't need to, because this is the original self-driving car. Well, I guess Herbie was kind of a self-driving car too, but KITT's right in there, man. Thank you again, Aggie.
No problem.
All right. Catch you later on the flip side. Don't go away. We still have that real-life Batman to share with you later in the show. A man who actually goes out in an actual Batmobile and fights crime.
Don't go away! That's right, because we got more street sport television coming your way.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. We take you back to the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show now, to the Lamborghini display for an interview with Bernard Durand of John Scotty Cars. We are at the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show in the Lamborghini exhibit, and Bernard, tell me about, first of all, this car right behind us here. This is the Huracan?
Huracan Performante. It's the latest model, just been introduced as a Spider version convertible. It's the fastest of the Huracan. It's got 640 horsepower, all-wheel drive. It's a beauty.
So the all-wheel drive is there, I guess, to enhance handling?
Yes, it's not just to have a lot of horsepower. You need stability, you need control, and you need a good feeling at the wheel.
Right. So what are the performance stats on something like this, around the track?
Well, it was the fastest car on the Nürburgring up to a couple months ago. The Porsche GT2 RS beat it up for a few seconds, but it's still one of the fastest in the world.
Okay. So you've got over 600 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and I guess the other thing that makes it fast is the fact that it's light. So what kind of materials are used to produce the vehicle?
Well, they use a lot of forged carbon fiber, which is a new process. They also have a chassis, hybrid chassis, which is aluminum and carbon fiber. The chassis of the Huracan is 50% stronger than the Gallardo, the bull that has been replaced by the Huracan.
Okay. And what kind of price point are we looking at on a vehicle like this?
The Performante and the coupe version start at $329,000. You can go up to $400,000 if you put the right option and convertible. And
now, at a show like this, you get the public looking and drooling over it. But what kind of person actually purchases a car like the Huracan?
Well, I've seen a few of my clients, because we have some clients in the Ottawa region in Gatineau. So it's once a year. It gives us the opportunity to show the new model to these people, so they don't have to come in Montreal to visit. So once a year, we think that it's a good thing to participate to the show, to reach more people and to entertain our client. That we give them a little itch, for to replace the one they already have by a new one.
Now the one behind this is the Aventador, and it has even more horsepower.
Yes, the purple one is the Aventador SV, which is a limited production series. They built only 600 coupe SV. That Viola 30th anniversary, it's a special order color. It was on a Diablo back in the 90s for the 30th anniversary. It was the same color. We ordered that one with white wheel and white insert for the interior, and that makes it the only one in the world spec that way with white wheel. So we can do a bit of speculation with it and see what the market's going to bring. Right now we're asking for $850,000.
And that's in Canadian funds?
That's in Canadian funds, yeah.
Well, it's a smart-looking car, that's for sure. Very striking.
Yeah, no, it is a spectacular machine.
Yeah. And again, the chassis, materials used, all lightweight, lots of carbon fiber.
The chassis, the structure of the car is all carbon fiber. So you're sitting in a cage of carbon fiber, basically, you know. So there's a lot of innovation on the car with the carbon fiber. It's a V12 engine, 750 horsepower. It's one of the fastest in the world also.
Yes. So does that extra money and the extra horsepower really translate into a faster car than, say, the Huracan?
It will be. It is a faster top speed car because of the V12. Around the track, since we have the Performante outperformed the SV Aventador. But I would be curious with the new Aventador S that's got now four-wheel steering. It's got the active suspension, active direction. So that should be a close call from the Aventador S with the Performante.
All very exciting stuff. And you can find out more at autoshowottawa.com. Thank you, Bernard.
You're welcome.
An absolute pleasure.
All right.
Thank
Same
you.
here.
Don't go away. Still ahead, that interview with the real-life Batman who uses his real Batmobile to go out and fight crime.
Hi, I'm Cindy. Don't go away. We have more SST coming.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. We take you back to the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show now, to the Star Car display, where they had a lot of tribute vehicles on display, and most notable was a Batmobile tribute vehicle owned by an actual Batman. Interviewed by our own Samantha Webster, who found out that this guy uses the car to go out onto the streets of Brampton, Ontario, and actually does fight crime.
This is Samantha Webster at the Ottawa Gatineau Auto Show, and I'm here with Batman. So, Batman, can you tell me a little bit about your car?
I can. Behind you is the 1989 Batmobile, one of the many replicas that has been produced off of the ones used on the film.
Did you make this yourself?
The Batmobile, as well as myself, I keep as much of a mystery as possible.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us about your car? Anything interesting?
The most interesting thing about the vehicle and the driver that's beside you is I'm known as Brampton's Batman. The story of me and the car is all luck. In the town of Brampton is where I've started. It turns out so that people get to see me drive, see me walk, and start to get a little more notoriety. This, coupled with making children smile, is the reason why you see me here at the car show.
Do you stop crime in Brampton?
I have. A lot of people think it's a big joke when they start. However, when you do the research on me, you'll find that I actually have a Canada-wide warrant criminal that I've arrested, and I stopped a jewelry thief, and one other was a medical emergency where I've actually used CPR to bring the help the person.
Where do you drive it? All around Brampton, all around Canada, all around the US?
The question to ask, the question you ask, of course, is where do I drive the car?
Yes.
Anywhere that is a road. However, when I'm invited, this works exactly how I do things. I work by invitation, so I don't just show up anywhere that is uninvited. No one ever likes uninvited guests. However, I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, I think we should invite you to everything. You definitely bring out all the people.
I'm happy to be here. However, I work at not only invitation, but politeness. It matters. You'll find that interaction with me is about being a gentleman, shaking hands, saying hello, good afternoon, please, and thank you. These are the values that we're sometimes forgetting. If I can bring them back, I will.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the public before we close up?
Stay safe.
It was nice talking with you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Well, friends, that's all the time we have this week. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we'll bring the car show to you at SSTcarshow.com.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.